If you've been on a job interview, you know how intimidating the process can be.
It certainly can. Tonight, Fox 6 News reporter Erica Gonzalez on your side with some things to avoid in a job interview. Erica, you talked to an HR expert. What does he say we shouldn't be doing?
Steve, Jonathan, first impressions mean everything. So his advice, don't try to wing it and be prepared.
Dr. Anthony Hood is a human resources professor at UAB. He knows how critical a job interview is in the hiring process, and he says if you want to walk out a winner, there's a few things you'll want to avoid. Tip 1. When you're picking out what to wear for the big interview, don't plan on making a fashion statement.
Not the time to express yourself in bright yellows, oranges, and things like that.
Instead, stick to blues, grays, and blacks. Tip 2. Dr. Hood says it's perhaps the most obvious of all, but the most vital. Don't be late. Tip 3. Don't wait for the interview to start using your A game. Dr. Hood says the microscope turns on the moment you step into the lobby.
You're going to be waiting before the interview starts. They're observing you. And so the interviewer is going to ask the administrative assistant or the receptionist, so what did you think about the candidate?
Tip 4. Don't stall when you're asked about your strengths.
To go blank on that is a definite no-no. And it oftentimes happens, particularly when the person has not done their research.
Tip 5. When they ask you about your weakness, don't go with this overused answer.
I'm a perfectionist. The interviewer won't take you seriously if you say that I'm a perfectionist. Even if you think you should come up with a different answer.
Tip 6. When it's your turn to ask the questions, do not ask about this.
It's not appropriate to ask about money in the interview. That's not the time to begin negotiations.
And tip 7. When the interview comes to an end, do not leave without grabbing a business card so you can follow up with a thank you note.
I often recommend that you go ahead and prepare that thank you note even before the interview. At least parts of it, and then customize that thank you note and send it immediately.
Another tip Dr. Hood gives to all of his students is if you feel you had a good interview, try and seal the deal. Go ahead and ask if they would extend a job offer. He says you may not get it, but it's a bold move, and they definitely will not forget you.
Yeah, it sounds pretty bold. I don't know if they would forget you for good or bad reasons. How do you do that, according to Dr. Hood?
Well, he did give me some advice. He says you could say something like, I've enjoyed our conversation. I think my background and my skill set are a good fit for this position. If you agree, do you see any reason why you couldn't extend a job offer to me today? So it's worth a shot.
The old reverse sales job, Erica. You can move some used cars that way, too, I bet. All right, thanks a lot. Well, tonight,